Avengers Infinity War. Now, Jason and I were a little bit disappointed. We thought we were going to see Ant-Man and the Wasp today, but you know what? We settled for Avengers Infinity War. And this, of course, is going to be a non-spoiler review. We won't be releasing any type of spoiler review or spoiler talk or Easter eggs or any of that stuff until probably after the first day or second day or some point after that. So you guys are safe. We're not going to give away anything, so don't worry.
Except that this movie was awesome.
Yes, that's the only spoiler we're going to give away. And like Peter Parker is in the movie, that kind of a spoiler, but you probably already knew that. But not really a spoiler. But point we're making is we're not going to give away any main plot points or anything like that, so you're safe. Now, getting into this, adding to Jason's point, we've been waiting for this movie. I mean, this is 10 years in the making from the first Iron Man, and also 6 years in the making of that smirk we got from Thanos, even though it was Damien Poitier's Thanos, not Josh Brolin at that point. But point being, we've been waiting for this, and this movie is everything that it promised to be. It's dark, it's funny, it's basically it's the Empire Strikes Back of the Avengers series. Like, to me, I mean, it just had all that in it.
To me, just everything about this movie was so earned. Yeah. Like all of the plot points, all of the things that make you feel anything are earned from the whole entire MCU. Many of the jokes, and there is a lot in this movie, come from you knowing things already about these characters and about their character types, and just the whole movie just, it's not relying necessarily on all these other movies, but just the fact that we've seen them all builds it up so well for this movie to take place.
Yeah, and I love the humor in this film. I thought they did a good job of. There's a lot of tonal shifts in this film. I mean, a lot. Like, there's scenes where you feel like it's a horror film. There's scenes where, again, you get that upbeat, action adventure type of film. But I thought the Russo brothers, for the most part, did a really good job just balancing out all these tones and really made it get an organic and natural feeling. And just I mean, there's a lot of different subplots and storylines going on, but it works. It works. The way it's all done, the way they keep intersecting to other characters and storylines, it really works and all feels cohesive into one storyline. So I did appreciate that a lot.
This movie really was a roller coaster, emotionally and mentally, just cutting from place to place. It didn't feel too crazy, but there is a lot going on, so there's that. There's just a lot to process. I'm still processing this movie, and like I know I loved it, but I mean I definitely need to see it again to kind of just have that already seen it perspective and pick up on more little things.
And also, I think it's fair to say we were in a press screening with a lot of people and a lot of lines because they were so funny. A lot of people were laughing, and a lot of times we couldn't hear some of the other lines that we wanted. We definitely missed a lot of dialogue. So for the second and third viewing, I'm sure people are still going to laugh at those lines, but hopefully, we got a little bit more to catch up on those lines that we missed.
All the joke, pretty much every joke that they told, I think, hit. Even in this press screening, like, everyone was laughing almost the whole movie. And near the end, when it does get more serious, that there are a few jokes thrown in there, but nothing too crazy. But I thought when they needed to be serious, it was. And when it didn't need to be serious, they definitely kept it, like, not light, I don't want to say, but it was very funny.
Yeah, and we got to, of course, talk about Thanos. And for me personally, and again, I know it's still first viewing. Maybe I might change my mind after a few viewings of seeing it. But as of right now, as it stands from first viewing and just everything I'm processing, he's probably my favorite MCU villain. And obviously, he's got the most screen time probably of any MCU villain in any movie. And he's obviously the most powerful.
And that's what I love, too. They gave him his due time. They gave him his backstory. They made you see his perspective. They gave him dialogue, which a lot of MCU villains don't necessarily get.
And I think that's why I love this villain so much. I really, truly understood his motivations. And even though I totally disagreed with them, they made sense. And what he was trying to do in terms of trying to balance the universe, it made sense where his perspective was coming from. And also, again, I really thought they did a good job of humanizing the character. Just with certain scenes and just the emotion, it's really incredible. And look, the CGI was pretty good for the most part, but I think it was just Josh Brolin's performance and his voice. Obviously he did some motion capture work, and his voice, like, it's just so powerful the way it residues, and his relationship with Gamora is just so meaningful and so impactful. I mean, obviously all these relationships are, but I just really thought they did a great job of humanizing a character that wants to wipe out half of humanity so bad.
Yeah, no, really well done, and his battles with all, anytime you see him fighting any of the Avengers or anybody else, man, it just looks amazing, and you see how powerful he is. They make that known real quick in this movie, so there's no doubt about how strong he actually is. But I really enjoyed all the fight scenes, like when, you see all these guys, like, teaming up to fight him, and he's still just so much stronger than them. So it really makes for a menacing villain, and yeah, I thought he was really well
I'm
done.
really glad the Russo brothers, and I mean, obviously, Captain America: Civil War and Winter Soldier, they were a little more grounded in reality, even though you'd still have a lot of CGI fight scenes and more of Civil War in the airport and stuff like that. And but I still thought the Russo brothers, even with some of the CGI and stuff, they really did a good job of just making the battles feel grounded. You know, I'm not saying what was happening was real, but it felt real. It felt grounded, and I really appreciate that war type of style feeling where the frames per second are a little bit ramped up, but the action is very clear, and the hand-to-hand combat is really good. And it's just amazing. I still remember when the Russo brothers were hired, and I appreciated them for Yumi and Dupree and Community and Arrested Development. I mean, they know comedy. They're good with that. But I said, I don't know if they can nail action. And of course, the Lumion start scene in Winter Soldier made me go, good pick, Kevin Feige. Very good picks. And again, with Civil War, with the airport scene, and then with the entire action that's in all of this film, they just are incredible. Obviously, I know they got stunt teams and other teams. Regardless, of course that helps. But they are very good at getting incredible hand-to-hand combat and all types of battle combat and action just for all of us to see very clearly. And it's very understandable. And the editing was really well done and shown in a way that everything intersects and makes sense. And one other thing I really appreciated about the action is that they were emotionally driven.
Yeah,
they
totally.
really were. So...
And the Russo brothers, I think, definitely did a really good job, too, of, since there's so many characters in the movie, giving pretty much everyone, like, a good amount of screen time, keeping it pretty well balanced. There were a few that got less, a few that got more, but I felt like I was with every single one of these characters throughout the whole movie. So I know it's tough to do with this many, but they did a pretty good job of that.
Yeah, no, they've far none and proved that they can handle an ensemble piece. And they just keep, like I said, keep pushing the envelope in. Again, like we said, it's going to take a few times to process where it shapes up in our full Marvel list, rather. And, like I said, when you guys see this, you'll understand there's a lot of information to process the first time. There's so many different things happening. So it definitely demands 2, 3, maybe even 4 views. So
Can't wait to see it again.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm so excited. I just wish we could have gotten Universal IMAX, but... beggars can't be choosers, so we'll have to settle, and I'm just glad. I love the movie so much, and like I said, this movie was dark, it was epic, it was funny, it was emotional, it had tonal balances that really worked, the character dialogue, the character interactions, the character conflicts, Thanos, his motivation, why he's doing what he's doing, the way they humanize him, the camera shots, I mean, just everything blends into such a really wonderfully amazing movie that we've been waiting 10 years for, or rather 6 years in terms of the Thanos smirk from Avengers, but 10 years in the making. It was just amazing, and I just can't wait to see it again.
Yeah, 10 years in the making. They've definitely done a good job of building it up little by little to get to this point. And this movie isn't perfect. It does have, a few issues here and there. Nothing glaring at all, but overall, man, I love this movie. Whether I think it's the best in all of Marvel, maybe or maybe not, but either way, it's just really, really good and really fun.
The pacing, sometimes a little bit of drag, but again, you're so emotionally invested that it's not that big of a deal, and there's so many characters that I didn't mind a little dragging because so much is going on. So
I didn't really have much issues with the pacing, but there is just so much going on that I sometimes felt just a little bit tired just because I'm processing so much. And I'm saying it in a good way, but there's so much going on, and I'm so invested, and I love all these characters, and I'm so excited to be seeing this movie that it kind of drained me a little bit.
I know there was a few times I wanted to hit pause for a sec so I could just process and then play it again. But yeah, no, I feel you.
But yeah, we definitely love this movie, and we can't wait to see it again, and we can't wait for you guys to see it too. And when you guys do see it, let us know what you thought about it in the comments section. But please don't post spoilers because we want everyone to be able to experience it for the way it's meant to be. And movies are just better when you don't know what's going to happen.
Especially this one, it's way better when you don't know spoilers.
But yeah, man, love this movie, and let us know what you thought about it. And if you guys like these videos, you can hit the subscribe button.
See you guys next time.